Well, hello and welcome to the Pastor Study. I'm Ray Bertolette, and I'm glad that you stopped by today. You know, Solomon is taking us through some things that we need to learn and understand from God. What's valuable, what's important, how to live our lives. And he tells us in verse 20 of chapter 20, he says, the one who curses his father and mother, says his lamp will go out early. Very early in his life. He will not have a long lifespan. His life will not be something that anyone would be proud of. He goes on and tells us, when we gain inheritance in a hurry, when we come upon money very quickly, it says these things don't last to the end. Why? Because we don't appreciate the value of what went into getting it. When you gain riches really quickly, you're quick to spend it. How many times have we heard stories about winners of money, lottery winners and other winnings, that in a few short years, all those riches that they had are gone. They back worse off than they were before because they had a taste of riches. They had a taste of what was valuable. And they don't appreciate it, and they just buy whatever and do whatever and waste that money. It doesn't last. It doesn't last to the end. And think about that. Solomon tells us that differing weights, again, he comes back to this idea of the differing weights and a false scale. These things are not good. These things are abomination. And he says the man's steps are ordained by the Lord. So how can they understand? God leads us, God guides us, directs us where we need to be, takes us through some things that are hard in life. How can we understand this? It's difficult. It's difficult to understand sometimes what God is doing. But to gain understanding, we have to be reading God's Word. We have to be looking at what God says. We have to keep our eyes focused on Him. Stop listening to the others of the world and listen to what God says through His Word. Until next time in the Pastor's Study, goodbye and may God bless.